Hey everyone, Master Vrago here, and today we're going to be going over some dirty spots and angles on the map bank. Alright guys, so this video is going to focus mainly on the defensive side of the dirty spots and angles, and then next week we're going to do the attacker side for the map bank as well. So we're going to start down here in the basement. Alright, so after we open up some holes here, I made some shotgun holes and used an impact grenade to open up over there. You can actually take a look back here behind the bomb, and we can actually see this little crack here is into the server's room through that doorway in CCTV. So let's go take a look over there. We can see where those shots were going through. And you can see they were landing right here. Now it's a narrow angle, and it may not be something that's going to be peaked, but as you can see from the attacker's point of view, you're going to be really hard to see there, unless of course they're bringing a Glaz with his new update. He'll be able to see your yellow outline. Now this is a pretty common spot as well. You can make some holes here, and you can actually hold all the way. If you open this up, you can open up into the tunnel entrance right there, and behind that desk, which is a common Blackbeard spot. And of course, this hole right here is good to have, especially on bomb. A lot of the times an attack push is going to be coming from this side of the map, and they're going to want to be planting in this area. So if you have that open there, you can keep yourself hidden the entire time back here, and once the call comes out that the plant is going, you can throw your C4 or your smoke and clean that area out and stop and deny the plant. Now if for whatever reason you're getting pushed here at B, you can open up a hole here. And now you can actually watch the stairs here, and you're going to see their feet before they can even see you at all. So you can see their feet would be right there, so you know that they're there. And enough shots into the leg. Even if they're crouched, they're going to have a hard time seeing you first. So that'll definitely give you the advantage. Holding this angle here, you'll be able to get the shots off in time. Now another good spot here is if you break these computers, you can actually watch this crack here into the garage, which is a common push point, and you can pick people off from that angle while keeping yourself behind cover. This is a pretty dynamic spot to play back here. You're able to watch garage, and you can rotate over here and watch this doorway here in CCTV and get some different angles there into garage. You're watching these stairs here, and if for whatever reason you're getting flushed out, whether this hatch is opened up, you can rotate here into vault. If this hatch is opened up, you can rotate into objective B. So it's a really strong spot to play, and you'll be able to cover yourself depending on where you're being pushed from. If elevator hatch is opened up, you can rotate here into vault, and you can actually watch the drop hatch from back here. It's a very tiny pixel peek here, and you're going to be very hard to be seen here. You're going to have the advantage depending on, of course, the weapon that you have with you. Definitely if you're having an ACOG, you're going to have an easier time picking anybody off as they're coming down that drop hatch. The last little pixel peek you can use down here in the basement is in garage, and you can just stand here behind the truck and you'll see if anybody's coming. It is a little bit of a well-known spot to be played, so do be cautious if you're playing this. The smaller the pixel that you're peeking through is the better. Alright, so the next site we're going to show you some defensive tips for is going to be here in Taylor's Archives. Now you can use some of these for any defense location on the map, as it's going to be covering some common entry points. If you open up a hole right here, you can actually watch the main entrance into lobby through a very small hole there. And you can also watch it from back here. You can see that door there, which is a common entry point for most attackers through the main lobby. You can be watching through there. Also in main lobby, of course, you can get back here and you can watch the windows. If you're going to be defending upstairs and the attackers are rappelling up that window, up that side of the building, the north side, you can try to get some shots there onto them as well. So another strong spot. Back over here used to be good until they put this sign here to allow the attackers some more room. But this spot right here is still pretty good. You can actually watch the doors right here, and you can actually shoot the attackers as they're starting to open up the doors there. Even if you don't end up getting any kills with it, you are going to be able to at least slow down their push a little bit. Lobby itself, there's a lot of hiding spots, and there's a lot to look for as an attacker. So there's a lot of different places that you can be in here, and if they come under any pressure at all, it can really slow down their push, and it could make them even go to a different entrance point altogether. So your goal here may not be to get any picks, but to at least stall some of the attackers from pushing into the building. Now, if you do have the attackers commonly pushing in through this door here, through the electrical room, which is another common entry point for attackers, you can actually get back here, and if you pull right up here, you'll have to destroy a couple stacks of paper, which I did during the prep phase. You can actually see right here, we'll put some shots there, and we'll take a look at where they are. You can see those are landing a little bit above head level where they're standing, but through the doorway, those shots are going to land. And as you can see here, you're not going to see where they're coming from, because they're actually coming from down there. So you'll be able to see the tops of heads as they're coming through. It's going to be a hard shot to take, but even if you are at least seeing them come through, you can move up and get the shots here behind printer if you're not able to actually land the shots from down here. And of course, another common entry point into this objective is the main door, of course. So if you open up that hole there, I know a lot of teams like to reinforce that, but you can then get back here and watch the doorway from a much safer distance, and you can see all the way out into lobby, but that's not going to be, it's going to be hard, especially if it's a daytime. As you can see, it's really bright out there, but you're going to be able to pick anybody off that's trying to come through this door, or perhaps even, you know, you can see all the way back behind that pillar if you have an attacker over there. So continuing on with the first floor defensive spots that we're going to hold. A little bit of a different one that takes a little bit of work to set up. You can open up a common hole there that's normally going to be open. Go stuck there. And then you can open up a small hole here. And you want it to go over the desk a little bit. You may have to do it from the other side. And a little bit higher. And then you can come back here. And we're just going to make this right here. Now you're going to want to punch a hole here too. I just did the shotgun just so you can kind of see here. I would recommend punching the hole because if you shoot it, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be seen. But you can see I got clear sight there onto that door. You can even put this a little bit lower if you want to. But with punched holes instead of shotgun holes, except for the wall, of course, you got clear sight there, and no one's going to be expecting you to be prone back there. So just to show you what it looks like. Coming in here, you know, we see these holes here. We expect someone to be standing peeking, not crouched down here. A lot of times people do forget that this is penetrable. You can also throw an impact here. And you can watch the window from here. Now also from this room, you can defend this electrical entrance. You open up a couple of holes here. You can actually be all the way in this back corner. And you can see if anybody pushes in on there. You don't need the hole to be that big, but just to show you the line of sight that you can actually get into there, depending on what holes you decide to put into that wall. You can see that entrance rather nicely. I would recommend putting barbed wire in that room so it will slow them down as they push into it, so they can't just run past the hole, because it's very quick for them to run by because it is a small angle you're holding. So if you do have some barbed wire here, it's going to slow them down as they're coming in, and you'll be able to get the nice shot on them because they'll be slowed. Or it'll at least slow them down because they'll have to take out the barbed wire, allowing you to get a little bit closer and ready for them when they actually stand up. And perhaps one of the best spots here on the first floor is if you get up here, we'll destroy this. You can see all the way to elevators and defend anybody pushing this direction from lobby or pushing towards the elevators. This can be used if you're roaming up here while defending the basement, especially if you have someone with an ACOG like Jaeger or Bandit. You're able to watch all the way, and it's going to be a tight angle for them to actually see you as well. So if you're not droned out, you're going to have a huge advantage over anybody pushing in, especially if they're just running to get to the stairs, because the angle that they're going to be running to get to the stairs is in your sight line almost the entire time. You'll be able to see if someone pushes in to go get hatch, perhaps. So it's a very strong angle to hold. Just to show you again one more time. And you're safe here. Protects you from body shots, so they would have to get a headshot on you to kill you, while you're going to have full range of them. So moving on now to the second and last floor of defending tips. We can actually open up here, and we can watch that window down there in the printer room near open area from up here. So we can make a couple holes there in the floor. We can watch this from a few different angles. And then of course we can open up right here in case they actually get past. You can vault up on here and you can get some shots there. Now when defending basement, a common attack point is going to be to push here onto this hatch. Now opening this hatch is a dead giveaway that there's going to be a roamer upstairs. So what you can do is you can wait up here until after the action phase is a little further progressed, and then you can open up this hole here once you know the attackers are going to be starting their push into open area. And then as Thermite or Hibana come to get this hatch, hopefully Hibana would come all the way in, you'll be able to pick them off as they get that hatch there. Another good spot would be up here to watch the electrical entrance. You are exposed to the skylight, so do be listening out for rappels. If you hear footsteps on the roof above you, you might want to run out to safety. But you can put a nice tight angle right here through this end table, and it's going to make you a little bit harder to be seen. Bank is a very roamer friendly map, so if you have a strong roamer on your team and you can utilize some of these kill holes, you're gonna do just fine. This is another spot. You can open this up with a shotgun. You can watch this doorway here, into archives from tellers. And then you can make this hole here. I would recommend barricading this in case there's a Glaz or somebody over there. And you can watch this hole here. And you can actually watch it from back here for a little bit safer of a distance. You can also defend this window from above and make sure that archives is going to be watched safely. The door is right here next to this desk. If you open up a hole here, you'll be able to watch that doorway into archives as well. If you are going to be roaming up here, it's easy to get locked here in CEO office, so I would recommend having impact grenades so you can rotate out of here, especially if you have a shotgun. You can rotate in through there, drop down, and you're good to go. Another common entry point into the map is this window over there. So you can actually open that up there and you can watch it right here. See if anybody's coming through there. Or you can actually open that up there and watch the window from all the way back here. It's a little bit safer because right there you're not exposed to these windows. You still have to watch out for this one, but that pillar right there should give you enough cover. And if you're actually right here, you're going to be in a much better position to watch that window from the second floor. So guys, that's about it for today's video, going over some defensive dirty spots and angles here on Bank. Next week we'll be coming at you with the attacker's perspective for dirty spots and angles here on Bank. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe, as we are going to be putting out a tips and tricks video every week. I wasn't able to put one out last week due to being sick, but I'm feeling a lot better now, and we're able to get the ball rolling here and continue on with our map series. So I hope you guys look forward to the next video next Tuesday. And until next time, Master Vrago, out.